Okay, so at the end of the day, right, we literally have to stay prayed up. And as you all know, I have literally been pushing and pushing. So this morning, I got on the prayer call at 6 a.m. I have not been asleep since. And with the work that I'm doing, I finally got a breakthrough. Not just a breakthrough physically. Hey, Esther. Hey, Esther. Thank you for joining. Not just a breakthrough physically, but I'm talking about a spiritual breakthrough. I'm talking about God has been clearing my mind, showing me different things, pushing me to the next level. Because when you're doing God's work, understand something, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, He is going to make it so that you're uncomfortable. Hey, sister. He's going to make it so that you're uncomfortable in the place that you're in. And right now, right, I am so uncomfortable. You know why? Not because I want to be in a new setting or anything like that, but I want to be closer to God. And in doing God's work, I want to be able to see the fruits manifest, right? So this morning, I got on a prayer call at like 6 a.m. I haven't been to sleep. I've been doing so much all day long. I've been on the go all day long. And then tonight, guess what? I spoke with the attorney, with a powerful Black woman by the name of Attorney Courtney. I believe that is her name for sure. And God has made it so that we are not only aligning, but we are on the same page. And I kid you not only did she reply to the call today, and we just spoke, we got off the phone just a few minutes ago, but also my attorney for FEG management and I are scheduled to have a meeting this week because I have to find out a lot of information in regards to the work that I'm doing, as well as the non-for-profit side. So I say all that to say, prayer works, number one. Number two, I wanted to shout out this beautiful attorney again. Oh, Jesus Lord, let me not break everything in the process of sharing all this great news with you guys, right? So she is an attorney out of Tennessee. She just helped a beautiful Black family get 5 of their children back. You guys might have heard the story not too long ago where there was a family that got stopped by the police in Tennessee, and they were just en route of going somewhere. And due to the fact that we're living in some really evil times, this family got all 5 of their children taken away, and their children got put into foster care. But God is so good that the sister who was able to help those children get out of foster care was under, or is under, the leadership of Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. She is the president of the Tennessee chapter, right, of the National Action Network. She basically took 5 little children into her home and had them in her home for going on 2 months. With the help of Miss Christina Laster, all the way out in California, as well as this beautiful attorney. Hold on one second. I'm going to tell you her name. Like I said, I'm about to tell you her name in just a moment, because I never want to be that person that does not give credit where credit is due, right? They put their heads together. Courtney Teasley. Her name is Courtney Teasley. Courtney Teasley is the attorney I just got off the phone with. Courtney Teasley is the woman who put her head together with Cheryl Huff in Tennessee to get 5 children back to their parents. Now, why is this important, you may ask, right? And why do I have to call you guys out at this time and do a Zoom and do a whole, late breaking message? Well, this is the thing. The news media, they do late breaking messages, don't they? Whenever they feel fit. So this is not the Anaya A show right now. This is just Anaya speaking to all of you and sharing this message of hope. First of all, we have a major crisis, as you all know, in regards to foster care. We need to help those people that cannot help themselves at this time. We need to stand up for those families that are losing their children. We need to see what we can do on the front lines, family, of trying to help people to understand that losing their children is not the best way to go. And let's try to realign our resources so that we can get families on the right track. Presently, I want to say there's more than 50,000 children, predominantly African-American, Black children in foster care in New York City, or excuse me, like the state of New York alone. 85% of children that are missing, that are running away, that are being sex trafficked, that are being human trafficked, they're coming from the foster care. They are coming from places where they're supposed to be in safe and nurturing homes. We need to stand together as a people. And I have a whole lot of ideas. See, fam, let me just share this with you before I end, because I'm getting calls now that people want to talk to me immediately right now. So I'm not going to be on too long, like I said, but I have to share this message because somebody may hear this message tomorrow. Somebody may hear this message tonight. And they may feel like they have to join us on this fight to help our foster care children. So this is what I need. I need more people who can and will stand up with your girl Anaya A in regards to this foster care task force. I need the people to understand that if we can help each other, that's what we need to do. We are a community. We are supposed to be a village. I don't know what has happened to our people where we're no longer standing up for each other, loving each other, giving back to each other, looking out for each other. Gone are the days, it seems as though, when we used to be there for one another and share and communicate and help raise each other's children. It seems like we've let social media as well as the world stop our progress. And we must say enough is enough. There's a handful of people that actually care about what's happening in the world and to our children. Excuse me. Yeah, it's getting weird with the weather. So like it's like hot one minute, it's cold another minute. So please forgive me. Hold on. And I don't have any Kleenex here, but that's okay. I'm okay. Oh, I found some Kleenex. Thank you, God. So what happened is we have to be able to say enough is enough, and we have to work together as a community to give back, right? So I need all of you to join your girl Anaya A. And what does that mean? What does that mean? That means if you know people that are going through the trenches in regards to CPS, you know, the foster care system and things like that, and they need assistance, reach out to them, right? Then let us know. We have a form, a Google Doc that we have available for people that have any issues, any questions or concerns. We can send that doc to them and we will be able to get all of their information to begin helping them however we can. That's one too. We need volunteers right now, right? The calls are coming. The people are coming out of the trenches. People are hearing about the foster care task force. So we need volunteers to make phone calls, to answer phone calls, to try to help us so that we can stay on the right track when it comes to trying to help people. A lot of the complaints are coming because a lot of people are getting their children taken away, and a lot of people don't know why that their children are getting taken away. Some people do, other people don't. Either way, we need to see how we can stop this injustice on our community and our people. So we need to work together to see how we could stop these injustices, right? Also, we're going to have an event on May 31st. May 31st, I will be able to share a lot more information about this up and coming event that's happening on May 31st, but I can't share anything right now. So give me a couple of days. By Wednesday, I'll be back to share that information with all of you because it's imperative that we all join forces. And if you care about the foster care children, the situation that's going on with the foster care, CPS, or even children that you may think of that are in need of help and services, or families that may be in need of help, and families that literally are in jeopardy of losing their children or don't know where they're going to be living, or they have all sorts of issues. See, what happens is these people, right, that are involved in CPS and, you know, child protective services, children protective services, they find a lot of different excuses to take people's children away. So if you know of anybody that's going through something of that sort or who needs assistance, let us know ASAP. As you know, we already have a team and we're still building. And then we spoke to that attorney today. Ooh, attorney Courtney ain't playing. She just helped get 5 beautiful Black children back to their families, right? In the city. And I think in the community in Tennessee where Cheryl Huff is located. And right now we're putting our heads together. This beautiful attorney and I are putting our heads together with, of course, Miss Cheryl Huff and with Miss Christina Laster and others in our communities who really care to see what we can do. So this has had to be a late breaking thing because at the end of the day, I want people to see the importance of foster care task force, what we're working on. We're working on finding resources for families, also reunifying the families and bringing forth this attention to the leadership like, hey, what can we do to make effective change? How can we help these families stay together instead of these families being separated through the foster care system? Because there's too much human trafficking, too much, sex trafficking going on. And we know that a majority of the children that are showing up missing presently happen to be those that are going through the cracks of foster care and through CPS. We have gotten the data, and now it's time to put forth the effort. So shouts out to those that are already doing the work, who are already working hard to make a difference in our communities. And listen, on Wednesday, I'll be back, hopefully not this late, because a lot of you are asleep. I'm so sorry about that. But I had to share that I just got off the phone with this powerful Black sister, an attorney who's been fighting the good fight and who's been helping the families to get their children back. And she said, Anaya, A, we have to do this work. It is aligned, and it is aligned, friends. It's aligned that at this time, we must come together and do this work. And guess what? For the families that are being affected the most, understand something. When you don't hear from me, when you don't even see me, I am working behind the scenes. It is a lot that goes on a daily basis. I may post pictures up, I may share some information, but at the end of the day, let me tell you all something. This work is never ending. So when you don't hear from me, do not be discouraged. Reach out to your local leaders. Keep reaching out to the attorneys that may be able to take your cases pro bono. Those people that are in your communities, align with them, because at the end of the day, we need to have a paper trail. We need to have a paper trail that shows that you all in your local communities have been putting forth the work and you're not getting the help. We need to make it an emergency situation, especially for those that have come to me and have stated certain things that it's an emergency. See, here's the thing, and here's where I'm going to close off, right? The reason I'm doing this is because I actually had a situation myself. So yes, I'm here with the foster care situation, the foster care task force to help those that are in need, right? But understand something, every time we come together on the calls, I give out like homework assignments. I tell you all or suggest certain things because while I'm looking for the help, I'm trying to help you all, but I need you all to try to exhaust every opportunity possible, because what's happening is I'm trying to get the help from myself and the local community, and a lot of the local people are afraid to speak right now. So it's like I've had to go back a little bit, but if you do your due diligence in your community, when we have our next meeting, you'll be able to inform us on some of the new things that are happening. And furthermore, here's where I'm going to shut it down basically as well, right? Another thing that I've mentioned before, and I will mention again, the media. Please try to reach out to your local media officials, those people that are covering stories like this. And if you don't know who's covering these stories, let me know and I can try to put the feelers out because my background is in media and I'll be able to help you identify whom you can speak with in the media. Right? I see my girl Candace is on right now. Candace, understand I have not been ignoring you. I have just been so busy. Like I said, I've been on calls, I've been in meetings, I've been pushing the envelope. And tonight we got a major breakthrough, hallelujah, with a beautiful attorney who's now joining forces with us. And don't forget, we have our May 31st event that's going to be taking place in the BX. There's those that will be able to attend virtually. We're going to have guest speakers coming on virtually, but we're going to have an event live in the Bronx on May 31st, which happens to be the last day of Foster Care Awareness Month. And I want to just close out by saying this. We have to get these families reunited. If you're meeting the criteria, right? If you're doing the work, there's no reason why your child or your children should still be in the care of foster care parents or in CPS. They are utilizing people and their children as modern day slavery. It's not right. When I say modern day slavery, that doesn't just apply to Black people, because I have white people that are coming to me now and sharing their stories as well. You know, slavery is anything that has to do with people's lack of income as well. If these people see that you are not financially set, or you don't have the savviness to get out of your circumstance, they are going to use you and your child and or children in order to get what they need, which is keep the money flowing because they have possession of your children. So again, before I close out, please do me a favor. I see you all watching. I know I came on very late this evening because I just wanted to share. I just got in touch with the attorney. I have my own attorney from my business, the LLC that I run, the FED Management LLC or entity, right? And I'm having a conversation with him as well this week, either Thursday or Friday. But I wanted to come on to share. Okay, I wanted to come on and share that I spoke with this attorney, and literally she is on our side. She is taking care of a murder case right now, but she is joining forces with us. So I'm so excited about that I had to drop everything and literally come on live at this time. With that being said, I'm shutting it down in just 2 minutes. Candace, I see you. I see you. Please send in your question, Candace. Please send in your question, my dear. And if let me know if you want me to, read it out loud, or if, I have to, respond to you privately, which I'll definitely try. But yes, thank you for sharing your text messages and your comments. Yes, this beautiful attorney, Attorney Courtney, is joining forces with us. And I just want to say thank God. And I also, let me share this with Minister, AKA Auntie Gloria, because I'm not going to tag everybody at 11 o'clock at night, but I'm going to tag Auntie Gloria, because if we didn't have that prayer session this morning, I don't know how my day would have been, I promise you. So I just sent her like a quick attachment for her to join this, so she could see that we have breakthroughs in place. And for all those that are doing the work, do not give up. If your desire is to take your children out of foster care, you cannot give up. No matter what, you can't give up, because that's your baby, that's your children, right? And don't forget what we just discussed, right? For those that may be in jeopardy of the foster care people or CPS or somebody coming after your children, don't forget, friends and family, you don't have to let them in your house. You don't have to open the door when these people come, because you have every right of privacy, and you don't have to tell them anything. Your children don't have to tell them anything. If you're not abusing your child, if you're not abusing your children, and this is some kind of, reaction or some kind of threat that's being posed upon you, or some kind of, get back scheme from your ex-spouse or your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, or even somebody in your community, understand that these things do happen. However, if you're doing the right thing and your children are safe, they're fed, they have clothes on their backs, and they are healthy, you don't have to answer your door. Know your rights. We talked about it just the other night with Cheryl Huff, Reggie Clay, and Christina Laster. So with that being said, I'm going to shut it down. I don't see any more comments coming through or questions or anything like that. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast, right? It's 11 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast. And I just want to say thank God that we are in this fight together. And trust me, I'm not going to give up on anybody. But I tell you no lie, I am very busy. I am very, very busy. And again, your cases are coming And I keep trying to give out pointers of what I think you guys can do in your local communities, right? But we're building something from the ground up. So second thing, right? I mean, I know I've said a whole lot already in these past 5 minutes or so. So second thing is we are going to be partnering with other entities because it doesn't make sense that we do anything and recreate the wheel. So we're definitely working on partnerships. Now that I've spoken with the attorney, now that I see a clearer vision and a clearer, perspective, we can partner with those that are either doing the same work or that have been doing this work for some time. And we're going to be able to really shake this nation. Because like I said, I haven't even got the most of the New York people yet. Most of everybody that I'm getting is out of New York. And we just got this attorney from Tennessee as well. I need this cold water. And I know I shouldn't even be drinking no cold water. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's all I had to say. I'm just so excited that we have breakthrough coming. I'm just so thankful for prayer. I'm thankful for Auntie Gloria Bent, who was persistent in making sure I got on this prayer line. And I guess that's all for now. So for those that are really trying to get your children, make sure you reach out to the media, share your stories. I have been in the media, in the news, so many different times. And I did have one of a foster care, a couple of times, foster care children that I knew of were in the news, and I was able to get people help many years ago because of the circumstances that these beautiful foster children were in. Sometimes I forget myself that literally I had to go through all of that, and I've helped others many years ago. But this circumstance is so different, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now I'm in a situation where I'm seeing that it's not just children, that parents are, deceased family members that don't want to take them, like the story in Tennessee. They just took those people's kids, 5 of them, and placed them in foster care because they found marijuana in the car. Like, what was the point of you guys taking 5 children out of the custody of their parents when there was no immediate threat? It is sad. Okay, it is saddening to hear some of these foster care homes are abusing some of these children. A lot of them are being abused. That's why I'm fighting, because most of them happen to be children that look like you and me, Gregory Roberts. Okay, I know of a lot of stories. I've heard so many horror stories, and I really want to see us make a difference. Thank you. Okay, but I have a question for you. Wednesday, and I am in. Okay, there's a case dealing with DHR became involved. Okay, refuses to give me. Okay, okay. Okay, so for Candace, real quick, I see that you're watching and you're sending in, information. So what you have to do, first of all, Candace, since the attorney, because I think you want me to answer on live, since I'm already on live, because after this, I'm going to shut it down. It started in 2017. Okay, so my best advice to you at this point, I'm not an attorney, so please, this is not a legal standpoint. This is from a humanitarian standpoint, right? So please, please, please don't hold this against me. However, understand this, Candace, for your case, and it's happening on Wednesday, I would call the local newspapers and the local news starting tomorrow. If you get somebody on the phone, then I can jump in and I could advocate that way. But I'm not in your local area, so I don't even know who to call there. What I'm working on in New York for the foster care task force, for example, is I'm working on building a database so that we can reach out to people in CNN and MSNBC, because we are connected to these beautiful people in these entities and these media affiliates. However, our cases are not big enough yet. And what does that mean? We are trying to bring enough people together, Candace, so that when we reach out to the media at MSNBC, CNN, even Fox News at this point, but even though Fox News may not really respond the way we want them to, but what we're going to do is we're going to definitely try to get Fox News and all those big entities on board with what we're discussing and who we are. Because at the end of the day, what we don't want to happen is we don't want the media to definitely blindside us and not try to help us. But we have to get enough people on board that's going to say enough is enough. And let me see something. You're sending in another message real quick. Okay, I have a resource list that I've started building. Okay, yes, get those people on the phone, Candace. Get them on the phone, but you have to do the first step. You have to call them. You have to reach out to them. You have to let them know. I can advocate for you and share that we're working together under the Neighborhood Violence Survivors Alliance. Right? That's where we are fighting under for the task force. So the Neighborhood Violence Survivors Alliance is my nonprofit. And underneath that umbrella, that's where you have the foster care task force, because this is violence in our communities and we're survivors of this violence. However, it is so much going on that we have to be able to identify those problems that are happening right now. And then we have to come together and make effective change. So when you do reach out to them, let them know it's time sensitive, right? Because I didn't know you were going back to court on Wednesday. I knew that you had an emergency situation, but like I said, I was on the phone with the attorney. I've been trying my best to get as much resources and help. We have an up and coming event where we'll be able to identify more resources and things like that for all of those that are in, very harsh predicaments. But when it comes to news, again, I would reach out to them. Candace, I would call them tomorrow, emergency. And then another thing, which I've been talking about on the task force meetings, right? Allies. You need allies in your local community, right? In Alabama, I'm pretty sure there are entities and agencies or community groups that are fighting against CPS. These are some of the things that I've been trying to share. Reach out to them. Try to work with them in your local area. I'm in New York City, so I'm not going to be able to jump out and help where you are, but there should be others that can come and stand with you in court on Wednesday as well. You want to be able to try to get as many people to come to the courthouse with you on Wednesday that can actually verify that you're doing the work, that you are a good person, that you're making effective change, and you're working with people even in New York City. I'm an activist in New York City under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. You can actually utilize that information and say, this is somebody, Anaya A is somebody that we're working with, and we want to see more change and we need help. And you have all your documents, which I've already seen. And that's why I put you on the phone, on the Zoom with the attorney, and I gave out the attorney's information to the group that night because I see, Candace, you have been doing the work and you really care. So you have been pushing forward and you have been doing the work. So I'm extremely proud of you. But now it's time to reach out to the media. You have approximately 24 hours to do so. The media will be able to respond if you call them and tell them just briefly what's going on. And if I were you, and this is for anybody watching who potentially has a foster care, debacle that they're facing at this present time. If I were you, I would let them know the bare minimum. Like, my name is Candace. I've been doing the work to get my children back. Here's my case and here's my situation. I wouldn't go too deep, because if you go in too deep with these people, what could potentially happen is they may not be interested in covering your story, because then they'll be interested in listening to the other side of the CPS that have taken your children. And then you could have an issue where they may not cover your story right away. It's not like you're lying to them. It's more or less that you're giving them the least bit of information so that you could get their attention so they could come out to cover the story, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right. reach out to them ASAP, candidates. You have about 24 hours. Your court date is on Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure that your court date is in the morning. A lot of times people have to go to court in the morning. So you definitely want to jump on this. And if you do speak to anybody, yes, have them give me a call. I will let them know that we have been in communication for the past, month or two. You have been showing great effort and great stride in caring to get your children back. So I think that will be a great look if you do reach out to the media. And if you need me as a backup support, I will be able to stand with you. Again, I have not been ignoring anybody. I just have been super busy, and we got a great breakthrough this evening. So one of the biggest attorneys that's been fighting for foster care, for those that just joined us, the woman who has been fighting and got the 5 children back to the family, is now partnered with us, and her name is attorney Courtney Teasley, and that is the message for tonight. So I cannot be everywhere at every time, all day, every day. But when I do have a great update, I am able to share. And so tonight, I wanted to make that announcement that we have a great attorney working with us. And we're doing a lot more to work with my business attorney to see how we can get more resources for the foster care task force. All right, guys. So with that being said, King just woke up. I think I'm a little too loud. But listen, I will be back on Wednesday after we do the walkthrough of the venue, after we meet with those that we're working with in regards to this event that's coming up on May 31st. Thank you, God, again, for those people that are in the right place doing the right things. And last but not least, let me just share this, right? Let me share this with all of you. On Thursday on the Anaya A Show, we have an interview that's going to blow your mind. So in the last minute, let me just share these 2 things. We have an interview that's going to blow your mind. The flyer will drop on Wednesday night of a beautiful sister who's going to be getting interviewed on the Anaya A Show. And I'm letting you guys know now, get your Kleenex ready, because this story is going to really touch your hearts, and she's going to, wow, what a strong story we have on this upcoming Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, as you all see, I'm wearing a beanie, right? I wanted to shout out my little sister real quick, Sharika OG, who was murdered last year in Denver, Colorado. She was a part of the foster care system. My mom adopted her. I miss her so much. You know, growing up, we used to bicker and fight and everything. She was a little bit younger than me, but yet she thought she was grown, right? And I remember now, as I sit here and speaking with all of you, how we used to bicker and argue about clothing. You know, little girls, that's what little girls do, right? Even when you get of age, you know, women are very possessive. And when it comes to clothing, if you're somebody like me and my sisters who love clothing, you'll know this to be true. My sister was murdered last year, and this is another reason why I do what I do. And I'm trying not to cry, but I think this was her beanie. And I wore it today, not even realizing that this was Sharika's. It's green. I don't know if you can see it. And she was somebody that was a fighter, and she was so strong. And I remember her today because I'm wearing a beanie. She loved to wrap her hair up and put the little beanies and have her hair out like this. And today I feel like I look like her a little bit. I'm going to shut it down now. I want to get emotional live with all of you, but just understand I'm working hard. And you know, I do this not just because I have nothing to do, but because I see the need out there. But I need everybody to do their part. Get in contact with the media. Please share your stories. Let them know the urgency of your cases and what's going on. Get in contact with more affiliates or allies potentially in your local industries, in your communities, and then come back to me and let me know how it's going. I cannot do much more because I am putting the pieces together myself. And tonight, as I'm speaking with you, I'm remembering my little sister, and I'm getting emotional because if she was here right now with me, she'd be helping me. She'd be rooting me on. She was my right hand woman. But for whatever reason, her life didn't end up as we all expected and hoped. However, I do a lot of this in her memory. A lot of what I do happens to be in the memory of a lot of my relatives, that have gone forward. But I'm not going to get into all that tonight. We're just going to say, keep working. If you love your family, if you love your children, if you want to see better for your family, and if you want your children back, continue to strive. We have a new partner. We have a new ally. I love you too, Simplicity. I love you. Thank you so much. I have new allies, and we're going to keep building and we're going to keep going forward. So I have a lot of great ideas, but I need your support. So if you care about the foster care children, if you care about what's happening in CPS and how a lot of our children are being snatched up, hey, Marissa, girl, please, please join forces with your girl in IA. DM me tonight. DM me tonight. I'll respond accordingly. For those that are already working with us, understand I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to put the pieces together. I'm on calls all day and all night. And sometimes I can't even sleep because I have so much on my mind. But I love you guys. And I thank you. Please DM me, Marissa. I love you, little sis. You're my little big sis. You're so beautiful. I'm so happy for you. You're looking so much better. You're doing great, sister. You better work and work for Jesus. You're doing amazing things. I'm so proud of you. All right, guys. Sharika, this is all for you, boo. This is her little beanie. Let's keep working hard and let's keep fighting the good fight of faith. And again, shouts out to my sister, Dr. Gloria Bent, who made sure I was on that prayer call this morning. We are partnered with some great people, and you all don't use my kindness for weakness. I do what I do because I have personal experiences. So with that being said, on Wednesday, there will be a follow-up and you will learn more of what we got going on for May 31st. And I have a great interview this up and coming Thursday. But Candace, please, please, please reach out to the media. Try your very best, Candace, to expedite them coming to cover your story. And again, partner up with those that are there locally. With that being said, I love you all. Lolita, I see you. Vonda one, I see you. I love you all so much. And I'm praying for you. We will be following up very soon. I just have to align all the pieces. I'm learning myself every day. I'm learning myself every day with this foster care thing, but I know that we have to join forces and we have to work together. For everybody on Instagram, Lady Thrivers, thank you so much. Please DM me. I'm not even sure who you are. Yours, the org is on here with me. Hi, beautiful sister Kamita. Hi, Lady Thrivers. Hi, Marissa. Hi, Yvonne. Hey, Chicken Nugget. Compa Original, all you beautiful people, thank you for your support. Join us in this fight to save our children. We can't save everybody, but listen, if we can save one, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? That's what I told the beautiful attorney. Shouts out again to Cheryl Huff. Shouts out again to all the beautiful community that keeps bringing people together for me, because it's not about me, it's about us. Thank you. I got Child Welfare Connects. Thank you, Marissa. They're snatching up too many of our children. I know some people need their children to be taken from them, but when you have over 50,000 kids in the system, that don't make no sense. It really doesn't. And then when you have family members that try to intervene or try to help and they give them pushback, that's a lot. Chicken Nugget, I'm good, boo. I'm hanging in there. You know me. Got the baby. I got my business. I have so much that I'm working on, but God is faithful. I miss you, Chicken Nugget. I hope you're good. Thank you, Marissa. See what you can do for your girl Anaya A, and let's get the party started. Let's get the connections. Let's get the meetings. Let's, if people want to meet and see us and talk to us, we have Zoom meetings. You know, we need to stop getting these kids removed, or if we could get the resources reallocated to the families, right? Some families just need a better place to live. Some families just need some assistance. Some families need a lot of, help, mental help, right? It's not, let me just, in closing, okay, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this. Let me share this with you. We as a Black people, especially, are so traumatized that our pain is so much deeper than eye level, right? This pain that Black people wear on our backs, the pain that keeps us boggled down. We go from, first of all, slavery to Jim Crow to Juneteenth to never having enough, always getting pushed back to the crack pandemic epidemic, to Black men being removed from the homes so that we can get welfare as Black women, taught that we can be strong without the Black man. And we are living now in times where the Black man is more incarcerated than being in the home. Then you have the children running the streets trying to find love in these goddamn gangs. And you have crime on top of crime, murder on top of murder, heartbreak, sickness. Then a whole pandemic overcomes the world, which leaves us more mentally scarred because the deaths are coming at such a rapid rate and people are being buried right in front of us every single day. How are we supposed to cope? Where are we supposed to go? If people don't understand, then I don't know what I can say to make you see it clearly. We need help. But the help cannot be snatching the Black child from the Black mother and the Black father. The help cannot be CPS breaking down the door and saying you don't have enough hot water. The help cannot be the police coming through, knocking on the door, stealing our children right from our booths. This cannot be it. And I want you guys to understand something. It is made by design to remove the Black man, the strongest part of the Black family, so that the Black woman could starve and be left crazy. But not me, not on my watch. It starts with us. So let's rise up again, Black family. Let's move the mountains. Let's create this village. Let's reunite the community. Let's build and let's grow and let's move these goddamn mountains out of our way. Because if we don't do it, we're going to lose the rest of our next generation. There is no future if we don't have no love right now. There is no future if we can't support ourselves and have adequate housing. And that's another part of the plan. Thousands of homeless shelters in our communities so that we can left destitute and then they can snatch our children even more because we can't afford anywhere to live. Why not reallocate the resources? Think about it, grow with me, work with me, join your girl Anaya A. We got work to do. If you care about the Black family, if you care about the Black children, then get off your asses, reach out, and let's reallocate these resources and let's make a difference. That is it. That is all. Black people rise up. Thank you. Amen and amen. Good night. I love you guys. Let's work. And it's no offense to the white folks. Again, no offense, white people. You know, you guys have to be my allies too. Let's go. Sis, DM me all the information you can because we got work to do. All right? I love you guys. Good night. Let's do it. You already know I'm doing it. Hello. Hello.